let's start with the whole 10v10 situation. Because originally, what happened was this was start with some beef between two of the members from both sides. It was Jester and the rest of SK, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
Jester kind of like from what I've heard, Jester went behind everyone's backs and started let's talking shit is the best way to put it.
Okay.
So that's the best way I could put it. So Jester kind of sparked that, and it got split between obviously SK and then the team not from 63rd is essentially what they're going by now.
Mm.
So and some of these matchups are not fair at all,
What do you
and
think?
it's kind of
What do you think are the most like not fair team ups or like
well
yeah
today
like the
was Trini
matchups?
versus Haiku, and that was I've never seen someone get so violated
Yeah,
in my
I had someone like talk to me about it a little bit. I wasn't there for it or anything, but they were saying just like how much of a slaughter it was.
it was Biovenom versus Mr. Miyagi, and Trini had Mr. Miyagi.
Oh, okay.
Got Mr. Miyagi to Omnipotent, I believe. And then
With no
what
contentions.
no, there were contentions, but except Trini violated him because of the contentions.
Ah,
Haiku denounced his own religion and denounced his own god,
that's what I was hearing. Like he
which
made him
made
question
Trini which made Trini go off. And I have never I have heard Trini debate before. Like I've heard him debate Sage both times they've debated, and they've been some of the best debates I've witnessed.
Mm,
But holy hell, I did not know Trini had that in him.
jeez.
He didn't let Haiku speak ever. Like he got like Haiku got maybe 5 words in during that, and it ended with Haiku getting so badly violated that he left the VC.
Really?
It it was a slaughter
Oh my
and
god.
so blatantly one-sided.
Damn, like
Like
he just completely left.
if anything, because like he told Haiku as well, go denounce your religion to your parents right now if you don't believe. As like that was one of the main things that he said, which sparked the copious amounts of gifts that were sent in that chat as well.
Oh my god.
You know that scene from
Dude.
Jujutsu Kaisen where the two guys beating up on the one guy in the middle?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the two guys were God and Trini beating up on Haiku.
Oh man, dude. That's so bad.
Yeah, it
I mean,
was
like
horrible.
I don't know the dude personally, but like if someone's debating you and literally makes you question your own religion, like that's not a good sign for you.
Like, like Haiku forgo like denounced his religion to try and win the debate, which is what set Trini off.
Oh, it was a tactic of his, or at least he tried.
Yeah, and that was a mistake.
Oh
Quite possibly the
no.
biggest mistake he could have ever made.
He essentially
And
just gave Trini fuel.
yeah, the like yeah, no, Trini deserves that like number like he puts himself at number 8 and there and I don't think anyone is going to be questioning that after what happened today.
Jeez, dude.
It was awful, and
Yeah.
that's probably the biggest mismatch I've seen. And then
Who who
another
who made that switch around? Like who changed? Um,
I think Trini just wanted to go at Haikyuu. I think that's what happened.
like I guess. I mean, I feel like there
It
should be
it,
like a
it
flag
works.
for that or something.
It gave us entertainment, so I'm not complaining.
For sure.
But
I feel like in a sense like that's kind of unfair, you know? Like maybe the matchups were
yeah,
there for a reason and
yeah.
so like Trini kind
Well,
of
I mean,
broke that.
Trini was originally still was going to be going up against Valor, which is still a mismatch because it's Trini.
I
So
mean, I don't know.
regardless, someone
Like because I listened to the Valor and Arrow debate and in my personal opinion, I think Valor was winning that one.
That's
and
fair, but like,
I think he held his composure pretty well, and like
right,
the points that he made were honestly really, I don't know. He just he explained them very well and with like a lot of clarity, as opposed to like the different kind of vague and like argumentative explanations and
right.
contentions that Arrow gave off. But again, like I'm not saying like either or are better than each other, but like Valor definitely
Oh
held
yeah.
his own, you know.
You know,
So
Valor is a very, very good debater, but the only problem is like if he was like going against Trini, very few people can ever actually contend with how absolutely insane his rhetoric is.
mm,
Because the thing is with IRL debaters, generally speaking, or and the majority of the time, have their rhetoric is a lot better than fictional debaters.
mm,
Like if you look at like the top 100 from what I've heard is essentially all IRL because these people all have PhDs and stuff
mm,
and they know the ins and outs of rhetoric and everything. And
yeah.
a lot of people in a comment section that I saw, it was on Rejex's video, were saying that Trini and Infamous would lose because they don't debate fiction, which is so far from the truth.
Oh
Because
yeah, dude.
what people fail to realize is if you have good enough rhetoric, you can debate any topic and win.
Anything, dude. Like I don't consider myself like high tier or anything like that, but I definitely claim to be more of a fictional debater than anything. And I
Exactly.
even messaged you the other day that like I did like a devil's advocate kind of debate with three people, and it was it was it was my premise was that it's okay to rape old ladies. Obviously, I don't actually think that's okay to
Exactly.
do, but like you know, I was basing it off of the stance of like devil's advocate, and like I
Right.
like I'm a fictional debater, and I still like held my own and won every one of those debates against like they weren't like high tiers or anything like that,
Let's
so
not
it's
even
really
talk
nothing to
about the
gloat
crazy
at,
debates Seth had.
huh?
Like, let's not even talk about like the worst case of devil's advocate
Oh,
that I'm pretty
dude,
sure it was
yeah.
Seth that had.
Oh, dude,
Um,
for sure.
pedophilia is okay,
Yeah.
and he won.
Yeah, like, and that, see, like that just proves, and like it
That
doesn't
just proves that
matter.
rhetoric is so key to
It is,
everything.
yeah. At the same time, I don't think it's like the complete sole thing that you need in order to
Oh
win a
no,
debate. But
obviously.
it's if you're strong enough in rhetoric, you can win using that. Like you can not
Yeah,
know the subject entirely and still win based off of rhetoric.
right. Simply because you've at that point you've essentially gained that ability to just come up with any argument you need on the fly,
Exactly.
and that's kind of like that's a technique that like Trini and Infamous and all those guys have essentially mastered at this point. I think.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Being able
I
to
would
be
say the
like,
most important thing. No,
huh?
you continue.
Oh,
You
I
go.
was just gonna say, like, it's important to be like adaptable in a debate. Like, if you have more of like straightforward thinking and like have this like linear pattern of how you debate, then like you're only going to go so high. You know, being able to adapt to your opponent's points and such is a very strong asset to debate.
Right, and that's something that I am still working on as well. Like it's not very easy to master that. It takes a lot of work and a lot of practice.
Yeah.
And I would honestly say that in terms of like what each category would be ranked in, like in terms of like debating wise, is the most important thing is rhetoric, and then behind that is knowledge. Once you get to pass a certain like in the lower tiers, knowledge outweighs rhetoric because the lower tiers rhetoric they don't really have very much rhetoric, and you can
Right.
just essentially just slaughter them with knowledge alone.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get to
Or
that,
or on the other side, you could just like argue rhetoric. Like you could completely make a bold faced lie and still
right,
convince the other opponent that you're right.
yeah, and the thing is, once you go up in debating, it's rhetoric and knowledge flip completely, and essentially everything that you could do with knowledge in the start, you can now do with the rhetoric, and knowledge becomes still incredibly important, obviously, but not as important anymore, at least.
Right. Yeah. Like I haven't been in in the debate community necessarily for a long time. I've been in the power scaling community for a little bit, but not like in debates, you know. And so, you know, I'm learning from experience and from watching other people that it's it's a mostly being careful about what you say and what you claim, and then using the information you have and what your opponent gives and seeing how this can work in your favor. You know, regardless if it's
Yeah,
like helping your premise, it's more of just like helping you being able to make a stronger argument.
right. And that's like pretty much you summed up like the advice I give to anybody who comes to me asking for help.
Hmm.
Like, the first thing I ask is, "Are you sure you want me to help you?" Like, I'm nowhere near the top, and then, but I'll still help regardless.
For sure.
And essentially, all I tell them is, I give them the same advice I got my first time ever debating. For like my first time getting advice was from Zareth, who
Hmm.
is an absolutely amazing debater, an IRL debater. He's a great guy. Haven't
Yeah.
talked to him in a while. Really wish I could. But that's,
I
be
think he
concise with
commented
your
on.
points.
I think he commented on a video or two of mine. Because like I made those like outrageous like claims of like Sakura beating Cell and like Uni Naruto, and I know that's a very
Yeah.
contentious topic. So like for sure, like him and like well fuck, not just him, like everybody was like on fire because of what I said. But like still, like, that's kind of off topic. But I
Yeah,
remember seeing
it's
his name and I was just like, ha, I pissed him off.
yeah, it's so like the main advice I got was just be concise with your points. Just straight to the point, be confident in what you're saying, and then like just be prepared for your debate. Always have your scans at the ready. Always have your argumentation like set for what you want to say, what you get out, and how you think you're going to argue it. And then always be paying attention to every single detail your opponent is saying, because with luck they might slip up and you can catch that and you can get on them about it, and it can turn the entirety of the debate in your favor if you can do that.
Yeah, yeah, I agree completely. One thing for sure that I've learned after my debate with D balls was making sure I have my scans ready. A lot of times throughout that debate, I knew what I wanted to say and I knew what specific feat I was trying to kind of explain, but I didn't have it like right at hand, you know. And so like when they ask you, because that's a majority of the time when you make claims throughout the debate,
They're going to ask for a scan.
they're gonna ask for it, like prove it, okay, prove your claim, you
If
know.
you
So like,
don't
if you make a
have it,
positive assertion, like it's immediately you got to expect them to tell you to prove it, right? And
there
so
have been times where I've gone into a debate and like someone will pick out a piece of the scan and be like, "Hey, give me a scan that proves this." And I'm like, "What? Oh
dude, yeah,
shit!"
I'm
I'm
like
like,
that
"Oh
too.
fuck."
Like I'm a very nitpicky debater. Like I go down to like the translation, the definition of each word, and then I'll like contest like the definition and what your interpretation is. And it's like being nitpicky is it's a good thing.
It's an advantage, like, because what I do is like I can be nitpicky, but generally I'm broad with it. But like my general like stance of it is, from what I've been told, I'm a manipulative motherfucker when I'm debating.
Yeah.
like like that's what I've been told is like essentially what I do is I will just like just start tweaking your argument and bending it like to like where I need it to be, and kind of like debunking your stuff without showing any evidence whatsoever, and it works is the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
in one of the best debates I ever had was with Keezy. Shout out to you, man. You're a great guy. Um, and that's what I did when he was scaling his character. Is I like he was scaling an aspect of his cosmology, and I just started bending it and tweaking it a little bit as it was going, and asking him like, "Hey, so this definition of this word endless doesn't always technically mean infinite. It's a lot based on perception. So if you can't show me a scan that specifically says that it's infinite, I'm not taking this." what I
Mm-hmm.
ended up doing was like he ended up showing me a scan that kind of proved, and because I wanted the debate to be a fun debate, I kind of let it go. If I hadn't let that go, I have a feeling I would have won that debate. And I am,
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing is just being persistent, but like there's a difference between being persistent and being fucking annoying and not getting it. Like
yeah,
that's a
it's like because
lot of what happens.
I just wanted to be fun is the thing. Like I didn't just go in like because with most people I go in with the all right, I'm just gonna be a dick and win this no matter like what I have to do for it. I'll
Mm,
ratify. Like I don't like ratting generally, but I just kind of like do my best to like break down the argument.
mm,
But with that debate, when I'm going against someone that I respect and going into a debate that I know I want to just generally enjoy, I end up sacrificing like quite a bit just to get that because like again with my debate with keys it was I sacrificed a couple points because I wanted to have fun with it. I didn't just come in with the I need to win this. Obviously that was part of it, but I came in with like a 50-50 mindset of you need to win,
yeah.
but you also need to have a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, and that's the fun about it, or fun of debating. Like a lot of people see the debate community as like such a serious thing, but like most of the time we're like debating like fictional characters, you know, and like most of this is just
And
like
we're
all
just we're chill
interpretation
half the
and like
time.
yeah, and that's what I enjoy at least. Like I know a lot of the community sees debating as like this weird spurg fest of just like a fucking death match. I don't
Arrow.
like I don't like that. I know some people have like their preference, right? Like they want that and like it's exciting or like they're like, "Oh shit, like he said
Right.
this." Like it's just like there's like an exciting factor to it. I can see that, but like for me, like in a debate, like I'll enjoy like watching stuff like that, but like in a debate, dude, like I'd rather be debating someone who's like equally as competent and like level-headed as opposed to like someone who's going to talk over me and like spur the minute I disagree with their fucking point, you know? And it's like that's at that point when you're debating, right? Like those two people, like that's not enjoyable. Like there's no fun in
Yeah.
that. So like what's the point, right? Like we do this in order to enjoy what we're doing. Like maybe some people that's the way I see it. I
Right.
know some people
And
see it as like a weird fucking like that's what they do kind of thing, but like I see it as a hobby, dude. And if
yeah,
I'm not going to
I
enjoy it, I'm
agree.
not going to do it.
It like I got into debating because of quarantine. Like I like because of how my brain works. Like for a lot of people who know me know my brain works very differently to how most people do. And I was already kind of like I kind of had a debater mindset of like just always like kind of debating with nearly everything. And then over quarantine, I decided like I started like looking into like going on TikTok, see what people were doing, and then I looked into actually joining a Discord server. And the first one I did was Kingdom of Debates,
Mm-hmm.
which I still wish
I
that
think
that
I
server
think
did
I'm
not
in
end.
that one. Or wait, you
No,
sure? Because there was. Hold on.
if it came back, then I'm joining that again. But regardless, it like
Oh
so
no,
then
never mind. I
that's where
confused it for
yeah
another one.
yeah. But it's like because I wanted to join, I wanted to get into it because quarantine, I didn't have much to do, and now I'm roped in and I'm not leaving. But but like this is gonna lead into to like an aspect of like this whole thing's leading into a topic that needs to be touched on, which is the reason why a lot of this community is leaving right now. And part of it is something you brought up where people are it's not fun for a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people. Like the high tiers, it's not fun for them anymore.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people in this 10v10, I'm not going to name names because they don't want to put that stuff out there if they don't want it, but a lot of the people in this 10v10 are leaving the community
Yeah.
because
I
it's
think
it's
that's what.
just not entertaining anymore.
Yeah. I don't know who it was, but like someone said that like if they don't win or whatever, like they're gonna quit like completely, like like delete TikTok, delete fucking Discord, and just like completely dip
Right, and
out
that's similar to
of
what
the
Rejects is
community.
doing. What Rejects is doing because like he's probably like my best friend in this community is I regard him as that.
Mm-hmm.
He's helped me the most, but what
For sure.
he has no enjoyment with it anymore, essentially. And if he if he loses this debate, he's gonna leave the community. He's still gonna hang around. He's still gonna talk to everybody, but he's
Rejects
not gonna
is
be debating.
Leon, right?
Yep, that's the guy.
Okay, I actually
But
judged a debate for him, right? Like that, it was
yeah,
that
I
one.
heard
Yeah,
about
I
that
forgot about that.
joystick debate.
I didn't know
Joystick
that
was
was rejects.
salty.
Yeah, I didn't know that was rejects the whole time. I was just like, this Leon guy's fucking good, dude. Like, holy shit. Like, do I really need
Oh
to
my god, this
judge? He's
guy's
doing it
goaded.
himself.
Who is
Yeah, like literally,
yeah?
I
So
was just piggybacking off of like whatever you said. He was essentially judging his own debate. I was just like there as like support to like elaborate on points and like moderate.
that explains why joystick was so mad.
Yeah, dude, he was pissed. Dude, like, I know, I can see how it kind of felt like we were ganging up on him, and I feel bad that it seemed that way, but like, he was not putting up a good argument. Like, he
Yeah, that's
made a
fair.
lot of like weird, like he when he
Joystick,
stated
if
that
you're
he would.
watching this, we're not saying you're a bad debater, okay? You
I
can
don't think
slap
that.
me any day
I
of the
don't think
week.
that. I don't think that at all, dude. I just think that he made a lot of like these contentions without actually proving rejects wrong, and like that's
Right.
where like it was kind of hard for me to explain that to him because like I don't know, dude. Like a lot of the points that or and pieces of evidence that rejects would put, they kind of went like irrefuted, I guess is the word. I mean, like obviously he
Mm,
contested them, but like there wasn't anything proper that he mentioned that would be like valid enough to dispute. And so like it was
right.
kind of just like, well, like now that's kind of like that doesn't matter kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like back to what I was saying with that is what Reject's doing is if he loses this debate, he's leaving the community. And as his last hurrah of I'm gonna destroy this community, um, if he loses, he's releasing a certain character scale that is going to break
Is
everything.
wait, is it the wait, am I allowed to say
Wink,
it or
wink, nudge, nudge. We all know who it is. It's goddamn Akudo.
okay, I was about to say I don't know if you guys are holding it as a secret or anything.
No, no, like, and everybody knows that, like, Akudo is quite literally the most gooned character right now. If my goons are watching this, sup, you've caused a lot of problems for me, you motherfuckers.
Aren't those same
like,
people that use the scale and like don't do it right?
that completely fail it. Yep. So
Yeah.
yeah, if Rejects loses, his plan is he's going to set the debating community on fire.
Hmm.
What's gonna be hilarious is seeing people like if like he does lose. What's gonna be hilarious is seeing people try and comprehend the absolute bullshit that is that scale, because I don't have the scans for it yet. Yet, we'll see if I get
He
them.
never gave them
But
to you?
not no. I still have like the Mark II scale. This is Mark III.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, the Kudo's gone through some stages. But this scale is so the amount of rhetoric you need to actually argue the scale, because a lot of the scans are apparently very vague. The amount of rhetoric you need is like the peak. Like so, seeing people
That's
try and run around with this scale is going to be hilarious because they're going to get destroyed.
yeah. That's a
But like,
lot of part like that's a lot of what I feel helps when power scaling characters cuz like there's a lot of like vague statements and feats in those like
oh yeah,
fictions that where like that's what we use rhetoric and argumentation to like make sense of what the fuck all of this means, you know? And so that's that's the hard part sometimes, you know, cuz like for me like I still agree now like the whole like universal Naruto thing the whole like the scale itself like isn't my scale. I get it from
right.
Noodles and Nairobi.
It's a
um
scale that's been around for a while. At this
right.
point, it's just that it's like the way it's still a very debunkable scale. It's always going to be very debunkable, no matter how much you put it, and no matter what you do into it. But what you did with it is you covered a bit of the holes in. Like there are still some holes in it, but like you covered a lot of that with what you did with the whole
exactly.
Sekai definitions,
It,
improving all that.
yeah, and my whole goal with it was not essentially to like completely say 100% that Naruto is like irrefutably universal. Like it's
Right,
more of just
because you
like an
can never say
interpretation.
100% where a character is. You
Exactly,
could get to
right?
that 99.99999% like Goku.
Mm,
Being a union up is like that. But obviously, there's always some debunk out there that can neg a character to like human level.
right. Yeah, and
Like
that's
there's
where like
always a
rhetoric
debunk,
would
and
come into
that's what a lot
play.
of people. Right. It's like so. Like what people fail to realize is when someone says like this character is irrefutably this level, no character legitimately is ever irrefutably a certain tier
Right.
because there will always be a way to debunk a character, no matter it can be the most obscure debunk and nobody could ever think of it,
Yeah.
but debunk. So
Yeah. And that's why
what
like
we
I don't.
generally do is we just cover the bases and hope to God that like no holes left unplugged and nobody come along just nag the entirety of our character to
Yeah.
non-existent level.
And like that's what like because like if someone debunks me, I don't have a problem with that. You know, I'm fine
Yeah,
with people answering me, right? Like if I take for example like the whole happy beef that him and I had on TikTok with Universal Naruto, you know, like he tried to debunk me on multiple occasions, and I feel like he pointed out a lot of like obvious holes in the scale itself, but like you mentioned, I feel like I was able to fill in those holes that he
right.
specifically talked about, and like that him trying to point those out wasn't what like you know that didn't make me mad or anything. I was like, cool, well, whatever, right? Um, it was mostly what honestly got me upset was that he like talked shit about me, right? Like he would like talk shit
Yep.
about me ducking him and stuff like that, and then like kind of say different things that were really untrue. And at that point it's just like, dude, now you have my name in your mouth that has nothing to do with the scale now, you know, like now it's a completely different topic, and because I'm unaware about it, like I'm mad, understandably, like I'm upset because you've now like talked shit about me, and
Right.
I don't appreciate it, right?
It's
Like
and I
if you had
like
a
because
problem with me, like dude, add me up on Discord and we can like just chat, right?
yeah, just like just discuss it. Like because going back to like some experience I've had, like thank you goons for half of these. Damn it. I've gotten in trouble with some big name creators multiple times.
Yeah.
Like I think like when I put something on my original top 5, which oh boy, awful, horrible, worst video I've ever done. But it got the attention of Jester and Forco. But and originally it was they wanted to debate me, and I'm like, hold it the fuck up. Hold up. No. Let's not debate this because you guys are going to annihilate me. Let's instead, because I know you're better and I know you're more likely and you know you have contentions, let's discuss it because I need to get better. I need to learn. So let's go. And
Yeah.
then the reaction was along the lines of, oh shit, okay.
Yeah,
Didn't expect that.
that's kind of the same thing that happened with me, Noodles, and Naya, is that like when I made that like that fodder scale of Goku being irrelevant speed,
Right,
obviously
which
at the
people
beginning.
still don't know the debunk to.
Oh no, yeah, like I still use it in case people don't know how to like debunk it. Then I'm just like, all right, well here, try and debunk it,
Yeah,
and
if they
if you
don't know the
can't,
debunk,
then
you
you
might as well
lose.
use it.
Right, yeah.
And you might as
And
well use
so
it if they don't know the debunk.
when I spoke to Noodles and Naya in a VC, I Noodles asked me what the scale even was, right? Because we weren't really talking specifically about that, but like he was curious. He was just like, dude, what's the scale? And I kind of like chuckled about it, and I was just like, well, you see, like I got Goku to irrelevant speed, and they're just like, what? What the fuck? Um,
Like, how the fuck did you do that?
yeah, yeah. And then like I showed them the scans and everything that I used, kind of the argumentation that I normally put forward along with it. And Naya, I think it was either Naya or Noodle. I think it was Naya specifically, but he just like brought out the specific the immediate debunk, right? Like he was just
Yeah,
like, yeah, no, like there there's still timelines present, like he didn't erase time. Like
right.
and I was
Like
just like,
I
well, shit.
remember when I got so close to coming up with that debunk when we were VCing that first time until Reject showed up and just fucking kept me from doing it.
Yeah.
But like
And like we
another
didn't debate
example
about it.
of
Like him like
yeah, it was just a fun discussion.
yeah. Like you
Now,
can
what I
discuss
will
something
say,
and disagree and then like gain more insight through discussion rather than just debate just because you
right
disagree and like are mad
now,
about it.
on the topic of the Game Trump big name creators, I will say this: if there's one thing you need to give my goons credit for, it's that they have no fear because they went in and raided Arrow's comments with the Kudo Negs.
Oh my god. I mean like
Thank
I feel like
God
there's
Arrow hasn't come for my neck, otherwise I would be dead.
I don't think that, dude. Here's the thing. I can see and understand how people look up to these guys and, are stricken with some sense of like fear or intimidation, but
Yeah,
like
like
they're
quite
all
literally,
people too, like
yeah,
everybody's the same and everybody has like an equal amount of like potential to argue the same thing, right? Like obviously people know more about specific subjects than others, so like there's always going to be a
precisely.
gap in like education, but everybody at least has the same potential to do it, right? Like you have the same potential to be where Trini is,
Right,
regardless of how you feel like that much is like a
oh yeah, no,
stretch, like it's still
like
there.
my end goal is getting to like currently like my goal since I like met Rejects is to get to his level, and then
Mm.
after that, my goal is to eventually, who knows, somehow get to like that level, like Seth, Trini, and all of them, get to
Right.
like that big league level,
And I feel like
and
everybody has that part of them that's like that in this community. Like they look up to people like Seth, Trini, Arrow, and they're like, "Fuck, dude, I want to be as smart as you," and like that's what they
like I want to
strive
be as
for.
good as you, but but I don't want to debate you just yet.
Yeah.
Just give it a bit more time, and then we'll see.
Right.
But
Yeah,
like,
and honestly, I feel like most of the time, because I've had like somewhat of a like conversation with Seth. I speak with Noodles like pretty often and Naya pretty often, and like they're very high tier in my opinion, right? Like they know
oh
a
yeah,
fuckload more than I do, and speaking with them, like a lot of these high tier debaters that we look up to, I can't speak for like everybody like Trini or Arrow because I don't know them personally, but like a lot of these people were at our spot at some point. Like
right.
they were shit at debating. They didn't have very good rhetoric or knowledge,
And
and
they
they
climbed
would
that ladder and
they
got to where
climbed
they
that.
are.
Yeah, they got their fucking ass whooped, and then they fucking got back up and continued kicking ass until they didn't get their ass kicked. So like it's a
Debating will put you in your place faster than any other hobby.
oh for sure, dude. Yeah,
like I remember I first started thinking I was hot shit and got slapped very quickly, and
yeah.
just that set me straight real quick.
Oh yeah, dude. And it's all experience, like these guys have more experience than us, and like
Right.
that's a huge factor, like I take that into consideration when I'm debating anybody. It's like this person most likely has more experience than me, but like that's not going to turn me away from like trying, right? Like I'll debate
Right.
Seth, I'll
To a
debate
certain
Trinity, it doesn't matter. But even knowing well that there's a very good chance I'll lose
yeah,
against
you
these
see, that's a
guys.
very big difference between you and I like I kind of like what I do is like I essentially stick to the people. Like obviously I'll debate the fodders because Furry wins, and why not? I get to next play for fun. Who knows? But generally, what I like to stick to is people on my level or a tier above.
Yeah.
So because then that allows me to like, if I get slapped, it doesn't help me improve as much as say going up against someone who's a tier above me and
Yeah.
like putting up a good debate and good fight against that,
Right.
because
No,
then
I agree
that
with
helps
that.
me improve. So like
But
going up
like
against like someone like Seth, that would like help me improve, but not as much
It
because it's
depends
gonna
though.
be it's like a 2 minute debate of me getting slapped.
Well, it depends because like at least with it depends on the person. Because
That's
Seth
true.
will educate you. Like this man is like
Right.
very educational. He like loves teaching people new shit, and he does it on almost every video. Like even in his debates, he will like teach you as he's debating you, or unless you're spurring on him, then obviously he's not going to want
Right,
anything to
because
do
then
with
he's
you.
going to do what he
Yeah, he's
does.
just gonna fucking like slap you with fallacies and shit, and like
He's
make
going
sure
to
to end the debate.
rhetorically annihilate you.
Yeah. But if you have an open mind and like are willing to learn but still like are willing to debate him on it, then like I'm sure he has a respect for that. And then he'll just see you
Right.
like, "Oh, you know what? Like, yeah, sure, I'll debate this guy." Like he debated this one guy named Clothespins. Do you remember that debate?
I don't I don't think I do. It's been a
So
while.
he debated this guy named Clothespins. I'm actually in his server too. He's a super chill dude, really good. And he debated clothespins on like I think it was Vegeta versus Goku, right? And like who's stronger currently. And you know, clothespins ended up losing that debate, but like it was very chill and like educational because that's just the way they are. You know, like if
Right.
he approached Seth as like more of like, you know, like a sparring match as opposed to
Right.
like let me fucking like try
Like
and debunk you, you piece of
like
shit, you know?
it's like you view like when you're going into like these like in this case, don't go in there like if I were to debate a high tier, like I've debated rejects before and gotten rhetorically bodied beyond
Hmm.
belief.
Yeah.
But it's like when you're going into these, it's you always need to every time going to debate, you always need to come with an open mind, and no matter how much better you think they are or how much worse you think they are, you treat them as an equal regardless. Like
Absolutely, dude. I don't think
they're still a
anybody's.
person. You treat them
Yeah,
as such.
I don't think anybody's like above me inherently. I don't think any living person or anything like is above me, right? Like I fully acknowledge that they have more experience or are more knowledgeable and well educated on a specific topic that we would like debate on or discuss, but like that doesn't mean they're like fucking like I should be on my fucking knees and praying to them, you know? Like it's
Right.
treat everybody as an equal as they would to you. You know, like just don't come at them twisted. Like it's like in any situation, right? Like someone on the street comes at you like twisted, like your fucking normal reaction would be pissed off and like mirror their behavior, or it obviously depends, but like that's kind of like the normal reaction. It's just like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, why do I need to take him serious? But like coming at like someone with like respect and open mind, like well mannered or like, you know, just chill, you know, that it creates a more of like a humble like atmosphere, and that kind of thing would make it better for you and create a better opportunity for them to like help improve you, right? Because like that would be your goal, and like maybe debating someone like Trini, Seth, or whatever, right? Like you want to improve and get to their level, so you like debate them or discuss with them on something, right?
Hmm. To try and get that little amp, because
That
like
little amp,
currently
yeah.
what I'm trying to currently what I'm trying to do is currently what I'm trying to do is like I want to get a teacher at this point because I want to like I want to improve at a faster rate at this point
Yeah.
because
Well, it's
so
also
like
experience too. Like continuing to
exactly so
debate people, yeah, you're gonna get there.
I'm trying to get everything at this point. Like I'm debating people my level more consistently now. Like tomorrow, I have that debate with Eno, which is surprisingly hyped up a lot.
Hmm.
Not complain about that because that's gonna be an amazing debate because I've known him for a long time and he's a great debater.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So like debating him is going to be amazing. They have like four more debates set up because now everybody wants the smoke apparently.
that's
But
that's how it is, dude. A lot of people
but
want to debate me on Uni Naruto, so
Yeah, yeah, no, like good friends, like some good friends of mine in the community start making TikToks, tagging me, and being like, "Yeah,
Mm,
Tick, I'm calling you. Let's debate this character versus Sakuto." I'm like, "Oh god damn it!"
yeah,
Like, yeah, great. Like Mario's like Oblivion versus Sakuto, and I think I can win that one if I really like. I have a feeling I might be able to win that, but
yeah. Like,
regardless, like, cause I want a teacher as well. Like, I want to get the experience and teacher. So like,
mm,
that person I'm planning to ask in the seasons video, hey, please just message me the answer. But a person I'm planning to ask is Azazel.
mm,
Because like he is at that like top level at this point,
yeah,
and like because I need the better rhetoric. Obviously, is the
for
main
sure.
thing, and then like just gaining more knowledge in general. So
Yeah,
I would love to like just get taught by someone super high tier.
yeah.
Like no offense to you rejects, you know your shit on Akudo, but outside of that, yeah, teach is not your strongest suit.
I mean, like, everybody has room for improvement, and everybody has like
Exactly.
their favorite verse that they've scaled the fuck out of. Like, I love scaling Dragon Ball, and I will scale the fuck out of Dragon Ball. But you try and have like, and I've also equally like watched Bleach, or well, maybe not equally, right? Like, I've watched Dragon Ball a lot, but like I've watched Bleach, all of it, and I love all of it. But
I'm
I
currently
don't I
working on
don't
that.
scale Bleach, you know. So I know more about a specific verse than something else, and
Right.
you
And
know
like one thing that I've been told and I completely acknowledge is like I don't tend to stick to one verse. I jump around and like
that's good. That's versatile.
just start like like I gain the knowledge. Like essentially like I'm well known not for like my rhetoric and stuff, but because my knowledge is ridiculously high on such a variety of topics.
Yeah,
Like
that's what
my
I like.
three
I want to.
mains
Yeah,
currently are like Darkest Night from DC, Akudo for anime, and then I'm getting like once I get some more scans, a little bit more stuff, Godzilla from Marvel
yeah.
because
You've been making
oh
waves
my
with Godzilla.
bro. Today we essentially got Godzilla above our reality because he appeared in the Bible.
Wait, what?
There, like in one of the chapters of the Bible, like it's like 34 like verses. Like God starts just bragging about this key creature with that like when it comes the Leviathan when it comes out of the water, its head blots out the sun, its scales are impenetrable. There's no way to kill it. The only thing it fears is me. It breathes fire, and I'm like,
Oh
oh my
shit, dude.
fucking god! Like I sent
Damn.
the video, like the guy that I follow, like he made that video, has no idea where he just scaled Godzilla to. I'm like, I sent it to Rich, I'm like, how fucking high can we get this? And he's like, the Christians are gonna be pissed. I'm like, why? Is it because this gets Godzilla above our reality? I'm like, oh no, what
Yeah,
about comp gods? What?
he's above fiction and our own reality.
And
That's
no, and
scary.
then no, and then the problem is because he's like he'll lose this to God, but then I'm like, what about comp Godzilla?
Oh man.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. So yeah,
Damn.
I am going to like if I can get like everything down for like my comp Godzilla scale, I am going to be I'm going to be a menace in this community with that.
Dude, that's
Like
gonna be fucking great.
so yeah, essentially what I've done is I've like become like one character for each of the three, like the big three of scaling, being Marvel, DC, and anime. So
Yeah.
becoming the big like in like one for each of those it just allows you to take a wide variety of debates and also be misleading as hell. The amount
Oh
of
yeah,
times
for
I've been
sure.
like, yeah, I'll debate Godzilla versus Goku. They come in cocky and then it whip out. Yeah, Godzilla's boundless scaling off of Thor and Classic Strange.
Yeah. Yeah. that's why like I'll never debate against Godzilla really. Like I know there's a lot of shit that I don't know. And so it's just like if someone comes at me while I'm like scaling a character and they're just like, "Oh, Godzilla and eggs." I'm like, "All right."
It's like
Cool.
I'm not gonna question it.
I
You're
I
good.
don't care. I'm not gonna come at that twisted at all, dude.
Yeah,
Unless it's maybe like a
there's
normie or something, then like I'll just be like, okay, well, like fucking,
yeah
let's
no
go.
like I would legitimately like because there are ways to get around the scaling and people don't actually know like the actual scale unless you know Marvel cosmology and how to and also like Rage Cross Time and how to argue the Greek gods. You like you're gonna fail with Godzilla essentially. Like, and that's the same
Yeah.
with all characters. Is if you don't know the specifics of the verse and how like the verse is structured and what the hacks are and stuff and how to classify different things, you aren't gonna go far. Like with goons and stuff, like Feathereye goons, Kudo goons, Bugs Bunny goons were a thing for a little bit. Yes, I started that as well. Kill me.
It's all good.
Naruto goons. Naruto goons. Ugh. Goku tards. Like all
Yeah.
them, it's like
I have a
they
lot of
don't
Goku tards and Naruto tards. Narutards.
they don't it's like they don't understand debating as a whole. They don't understand how to structure. They don't understand cosmology.
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of people, like they someone came into my comments with Lucifer. He's like, yeah, like this, like I think it was like a Kudo beats Lucifer, and this person was like, well, Lucifer can't destroy multiverses. I'm like, huh. You want to like expand on that, or are we just gonna cap him at multiversal?
Yeah, right.
Like people thinking like, well, like Melios can destroy a planet by existing. Okay. Or Saitama case, like he like with 1% of his power can destroy a planet. Okay, so we can destroy 100 planets. Good for you. Good for you. You got him to like multi-solar system. Good on you, buddy. You did good. Like that's why like every time I like reply to a comment, it generally gets taken as me being asshole, but I mean not wrong, but it's like I generally always say, if you don't know how to scale, if you don't know how to debate, then don't comment something like this.
Yeah.
Because if you can't back it up, then it it makes you look stupid. And
Yeah.
while I do come off as that asshole in that angle, like not like yeah, of course I portray it like that because entertainment, but a lot of time I think people don't understand is I try to make the stuff I do educational in a way, like Arrow's Avatar, if you remember him, the guy who essentially who only gave like solar system level feats for like Superman, Sentry, and all them. Remember that guy?
I don't know. It's okay.
Oh well, I made videos on him, and a bunch of people made videos on him, and he ended up deleting his account because
That's damn.
he took our views the wrong way. So
Mhm.
I made videos being like, no, dude, don't delete your account. Like, I want to help you. I'm trying to like educate you better, and he still did. But
That's
he recently started a new account because what he wanted was a fresh start.
mhm.
He like because I talked to him recently. He's a really good guy. He just wasn't knowledgeable. So
Mhm.
he wanted his own training arc, and he's gonna start posting content again.
That's
And
good.
eventually I'm gonna debate him because I want to see where he sits. Like how much better have you gotten? Where is your knowledge at now? And if you need it, I will help you and I will boost you. That's all. People like whenever I ask to debate, it's only because like I want to nag you because like obviously that's part of it. If you're a fodder and you're saying something stupid, then yes, obviously
Yeah.
get to destroy you a little bit. But generally, a lot of times what I do is after that debate, I'll or during that debate, I'll throw in that education and be like, look, this is what you need. Like this, like, you're wanting this. This is where that would actually scale. Just improving the scale itself and giving
I
them
w-
that knowledge.
yeah, I was actually doing that, and like I say, I'm not super well versed in debate. I think I'm like pretty decent, but I don't ever claim to be a high tier. But I was actually doing that while I was like doing that devil's advocate debate, and like this dude, I think it was like the second guy. He was like throwing a lot of like obvious tactics towards me. Like he was trying to, it was very obvious he was trying to pin me rhetorically and like this like weird kind of like this, he was just trying to pin me in a corner. And like he
Right,
was like,
premise
you know,
locking is what that's
yeah,
called.
yeah, there we go. Right. So he was trying to like lock me, but he was doing it very obvious. Like it was very blatant by the like the questions he was asking. But um during while he was trying to do that, like right off the bat I recognized what he was doing, and I kind of just like used it against him. And then like
Good on you.
yeah, like in the middle of it, I
Nice.
like like told him why like it was kind of obvious. And like another friend of mine who was like not really judging the debate, he was just there as a listener. And he's actually my friend that I met him through Noodle server, is like somewhat of an OG who just didn't really go like towards the limelight of things, because there was a lot of false accusations towards him by like Arrow and like a lot of other people, like him being like a racist and stuff, when it really wasn't all about that at all. He has scans to prove it, and I heard his point, but like he kind of he took his head out of the community for a while, so he's not really like in it, but he's fucking like amazing. Like he's so good at debate and like just rhetoric in general and argumentation, and his like knowledge on it in general is just ridiculous. I'll probably have you like talk to him at some point. He's
Oh hell yeah!
he educates
Bring him
really
on here
well.
if we need to. That's gonna be awesome.
I could get him in here now if you wanted to. I'm pretty sure he's like free, but he educates a lot, and like his main goal, and like now like kind of like what my side goal is to like educate people and like essentially pose a different dynamic to the debate community that isn't just Spurgfest. Like there's more of like a lightheart, like chill side of it that a lot of people would still do, but they're more focused on like people that just spurg out and like neg people all the time, instead of like trying to educate or like have a good debate where like people actually have like, you know, let people talk and like are respectful, and like there's an actual compromise at the end, as opposed to like some like just harsh disagreements and shit, you know, like the norm in the community. So like him and I are like slowly trying to break out of that through the community. So he's popped his head back into it. We're just taking it slow.
Yep, that's fair enough, honestly. And
He
that's
has a
also
lot of
really good to hear.
insight. He has a lot of insight in it.
Yeah, I would love
'Cause
to talk
he
to him at
was-
some point.
Yeah, he was really cool with Clyde, the weeaboo, back then. And I think Eli as well. I think he mentioned Eli. I don't know if he was like cool with him or not, but like, yeah,
Ooh, Eli. Oh shit.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever talked to Eli, but I've listened to him before.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'd like to point out this has gone on for over an hour. Holy crap!
It's all good.
Yeah,
Again,
no, like,
like it's kind of like a podcast thing. So like these things,
yeah, which is
are
what I
meant
love.
to.
I love this so much. This
Yeah.
is legitimately very entertaining, and talking to you is like it's always entertaining talking to you because it's. I'm serious. Like it gives like this insight that doesn't normally get to come out or anything. Just like these other angles that don't really ever get expressed.
Yeah, I mean that's because I look at it differently in the and I'm sure there's others out there like my friend Grim, like I just told you about. Like you've got to look at it past like the perspective of the normal person. Like the normal viewer just sees debate in such like a negative context most of the time, and it's I don't like it like that. I don't like the idea of debating being like such a fucking like I don't know, like a weird fucking what's the word? Like it's just negative. Like it's a just put it basic.
The negativity, which is another thing. Just
it creates such a like uncomfortable atmosphere most of the time, you know. And like when when debates happen that like when debates happen that kind of get out of hand, it makes it not enjoyable. And again, like that's mostly what I want to bring to the community. And like as a content creator, like I just want to be positive and make things enjoyable.
I definitely don't come off as a positive content creator, though. I come off as a fucking dick. In every one of my videos, I come off as an asshole, but it's hilarious.
I think that's probably because of like the people you watch.
Probably. It's also just because, again, my brain is a bit odd in the way that it works. So I'm just naturally kind of a dick half the time. But it's like.
But you're not. But you're not like. You're naturally like.
What I mean.
You're just blunt and straightforward. Yeah.
I come off as that, and like what I generally do like there was a certain person in the community that was having a really rough time in life, and if he's watching this, I love you, man. I love talking to you. And I like what I do is I like make like with my friends and generally just making my mission to help them
Yeah.
entirely. And I bring that over to this community as well with I want to help. I want to like make sure everything goes smoothly. That's also like a reason why I think I like being a judge so much is like with the whole spurging thing. What I generally do when I'm a judge is I make sure, like a lot of time, especially when I have that admin authority, is if things start going that direction, like with Oppo and Jacob, a recent debate that I had to judge, when they start spurging or stuff becomes circular, they start yelling, I serve and mute them automatically. Like
Mm-hmm.
if it goes on for a little too long, I serve mute them, and I
Yeah.
tell them full on, you chill out. I'm giving you guys a breather. Calm the fuck down. This is not enjoyable for anybody involved. If it's enjoyable for you, it's enjoyable for you, whatever. But nobody else here is enjoying this, and me judging this, it is hurting my brain right now.
Mm-hmm.
So take it down a little notch, adjust it, and get back to it. It doesn't always work, but when it does, it makes life so much easier. And that's again, that's part of the reason why like it's always good to have like a judge, in my opinion, who can mediate, so like a moderator or a judge, one of the two,
Yeah.
who can like try and prevent that from happening.
Yeah. On the other side, I can like because I spoke with Naya a little bit last night, and he kind of explains like a little bit of why he doesn't really like having a judge. It's again, it's based off of like experience, right? Like if you had if you had bad experiences with judges being biased, naturally you're going to expect that every judge is. Not that
Right.
necessarily
And
you
I
think that, right? Like I don't
I
like if I was
completely understand that angle.
yeah, and it's
Wholeheartedly.
not that like that's like a fact, right? Like not every judge is biased, but like the possibility of it being there is something that people tend to be
Right.
uncomfortable with. And
And in
so
my
taking
time
that
of judging,
variable out,
in my time of judging, I have like come to realize like why people don't like judges,
yeah,
because I've gotten to witness some judges and some like even like some top tier debaters judging is
yeah,
a lot of the time it's incompetent judgment, and I don't mean that like super insultingly. Like it's just the way it is
right.
there are
There's
judges.
always like a feeling, or not always, but like there's sometimes a feeling where there's like the judge is appealing to one side at least, right?
Yeah, and that's like whenever I see that, it's like or just like they call something really stupid. Like, cause like a lot of the time I'm spectating, and judge will call something. I'll be like, "Hold the fuck up! Wait a goddamn
Mm-hmm.
minute! That is just blatantly wrong. That
Yeah.
should be going to the other side." Like a burden of proof argument that I've seen was like one person very clearly had burden of proof on them, but what the judge did was call that it was either that both sides had burden of proof or the other side had burden of proof, and I'm like,
And that's another
no.
thing is like if you give the judge too much power, then that takes away from the freedom of the people that are debating, you know?
Exactly. It's so whenever like when we talked with Noodles, we said like I really like judges. I completely understand why you wouldn't want to judge because
Yeah.
that
Cuz
risk
he's
is
been
there.
fucked over, you know? And
Yeah,
like when you've been fucked over, like it's not wrong of them to feel uneasy about having a judge.
I think everyone at like anyone who's been debating long enough has been cucked by a judge. Like has been completely screwed over by a judge before.
Mhm.
Like I've been screwed over, Reject's been screwed over. Anyone who's been in this community for longer than like a month or two who's been debating has been screwed over by a judge at this point.
I don't think
Because
I have. I've only really had you
you're
and
a
Noodles.
lucky bastard.
Yeah, I because like I most of the debates I have are non that don't have judges, right? Like the one with D
Right,
balls was like probably the only one that did have a judge.
right. and that judgment was like agreed upon to be like a pretty solid judgment on mine and Noodles' part.
Yeah, and like I hope D-Balls. I had this feeling that D-Balls probably felt it was biased, but like that's why I came to you and Noodles and made sure like it wasn't biased. Because like,
Yeah, no,
dude, I
like
don't
because
care if I
I had a
lost to
feeling
him
that I had a feeling of that as well when he was like questioning like how he lost. I'm like, okay, he obviously has some contentions.
for sure.
Let's
Yeah,
let's make sure that everything is okay here,
yeah,
because like what I did like about that debate was like that we had like his like contentions. He didn't like make it out like you're biased, you're a crappy judge, because
yeah.
like I'm gonna
He's
relate
super
this
chill, and that's what I
a
really
scenario that
appreciate
I
about
had
him.
a while ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
scenario I had a while ago. Like my buddy was doing this debate, and he tried to get me, but I was busy, so I joined the debate like a couple minutes late, and after like a point or two, and like I was told that like from other people that no, this judge is being biased as hell. So I hopped in there. I'm like, okay, someone's not free. What's going on? And the judge was cutting off like as he was trying to explain. It was like blatantly
Mm.
siding with the other person because he was like debating for the other person almost.
That's something
So,
that
so
I don't like at all.
So me being the smart person that I am automatically muted that judge and said, both of you explain yourselves, like explain what the fuck's happening, because this judge clearly is incompetent.
Hmm.
Explain. So and
Yeah.
at only one point it passed. I'm like, okay, so it sounds like it's towards like either side. So how about we just steelman this point, call it a stalemate for this, and you guys can continue the debate.
Yeah.
And they continued. Won the debate. And what this guy did was, instead of contending my judgment, like a man here, and being like, well, like these are contentions, he was explaining like why I lost here. Instead, what he did was he went to the general chat and started talking shit and
Of
saying like
course.
that I was incompetent and all this. And
That's expected.
I I think I scared everybody in that server because I like just in the chat. I didn't even get the chat, like didn't bring him to a VC. Just in the chat, I went off pretty badly, and I like because personally, like insult my debate all you want, but like being a judge, like I take that shit very seriously, and like I
For sure.
pride myself in my ability to be a good judge.
Yeah.
So I kind of went off on him so bad that he completely left the server, and
That's his problem.
one of
That's his
yeah, and
problem.
one of my friends in there, Momo, again, like if you're watching this, what's up, man? Momo was like, "Yo, Tekka, what the fuck, bro? Are you good?" I take that shit very seriously. Like, I take that shit personally, and he agreed because he has experience judging. So I was like, "Yeah, no, I completely agree because I do the same thing you do, where we go in and we just turn off any semblance of bias we could possibly have, and just go into the debate." Because like in the Jake, like, because I've given verdicts that some of my best friends have been in this community. I've given verdicts that they've lost. Like, and I love you, but you lost this. It was a close debate, but you lost.
Yeah. And I
And
always feel
that's what
bad
judge is
like
supposed to
when
do.
I feel bad when I judge something and like I have to tell the other person that they won. Like when it comes to judge's decision, I'm just like, "Oh, fuck. God damn it." Like you couldn't
It's
have
like,
just
damn it.
conceded.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, you couldn't have just made this easy because now there's a possibility he's gonna have to contend. He's gonna contend, and I'm gonna have to debate the verdict.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a
Well, that at that
thing.
point I don't like if because like it like for example the uh what's his name
Jerkstick
Drickstick,
versus
yeah,
rejects debate.
versus rejects, yeah, like it came to judge's decision and like I just it was kind of uncomfortable because like rejects like it I think it was it no because they didn't even have conclusions, so like it was because they were still stuck on one point, dude, for like a whole hour because Drixik didn't really want to move past that point, right?
Yes, your first hour long point
Yeah, and
that
like
you've had
I
to
was,
judge.
yeah, and it was at some point, dude, because like it was kind of late and like it was hard for me to keep up with everything. Again, I'm not like the most experienced judge, or even experience of a debater, but like I can judge. Like it's not really that hard. And considering like both
Right.
of them were like pretty competent, I didn't feel like I needed to like notate anything, right? Like again, Rejects was judging his own debate. So I was just like, going off of like most of what he said and just elaborated on like stuff that he was trying to convey that didn't really, I don't know, maybe like Drixstick just didn't get it, right? So like I just kind of like elaborated it more. He still didn't agree
Right.
with like the elaborations, but like it, again, it is what it is. You can only explain something enough, you know. Not That's not like a shot at like his intelligence or anything. It's just like if you don't get it, you don't get it. Like I don't know what to do at that point, right? So
Yeah,
I
I
I
agree.
hope he didn't feel like it was one sided. Like I wasn't on rejects. Again, I didn't even fucking know it was rejects. So like I honest to God just thought these were just like two random dudes duking it out. So I was like, all right, fuck it. This fucking Leon guy is like smart
That's
as
always the
hell.
best part. That's
Yeah.
always the best part. When you don't like, because there have been times where I've been judgy, bro. Like I don't realize who it actually is, and when I find out, I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. If I would have known it was
Ooh.
rejects, like, well, I guess nothing really would have changed. I would have just
Nothing would have
been like,
changed. Would
okay.
have been more of a oh
I
shit.
actually think I would have been less impressed. Like, like if I'm being honest, I think I would have been less impressed if I knew it was rejects. Because, like, again, I was just thinking it was like a random guy, and I was like, dude, this guy is
Oh.
fucking good. Damn.
Oh, and that's oh, oh
Ugh.
no.
Shout out to
Oh,
rejects,
that's
though.
that's fucked. He's gonna be pissed at that one.
What? No, like that's more of like a compliment too, because like here's why, right? Like when I say that I would have been less impressed, it's because I already know to
Right, yeah,
like
okay.
naturally gauge him to that level. So it's like, okay,
Right.
like I expect this, but because there was like this
Okay.
like shock factor of like this random's just like kind of killing it right now. That's what made it more
Yeah,
impressive.
yeah,
It has nothing to do with
you
his
could have
level
phrased
of
that a bit
knowledge.
better the first
I
time,
Yeah,
man.
I know. Yeah, no,
Because
rejects.
when I
If you
came
do
up, I was
listen,
like, yeah, no, Rejects just isn't that impressive. Like, he's
rejects. If you
comparable
listen
to
to
a
this,
random.
it's not to say that you're not impressive. I'm just saying like I thought you were a random dude.
Bro, I
That's all it
guarantee he's gonna
was.
watch this, and as soon as he's saying that, I'm gonna get DM like, what the fuck did he just say?
He's gonna come to my dude. He's like, fucking debate me, asshole.
Like, what the fuck did you just say? And then like 15 seconds later, okay, fair enough. All right, you're
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's funny, dude. Like, but and if
Oh, that's
Drixstick
amazing.
somehow does listen to this, I doubt he does. I don't think he follows me or anything. But like, if you do listen, dude, like, there's no disrespect to you, man. You did a good job. It's just there's some things that you were just lacking in that specific debate. I don't know how you are, and I'm not gonna make a claim on like your debate level or whatever. Like, it's just that specific one. It was clearly one-sided towards rejects anyway. Um,
Yeah,
I had
I would
no
put him a
bias
tier above
factor.
me. That's where I would put Drixstick. Is a
Yeah,
tier above me.
and there was no bias factor. There wasn't. Again, I just stated that
Because
I
there
didn't know
quite
either of
literally
them.
couldn't be.
Yeah, I couldn't be. I recognized like um just the for me, I think it was just like the articulation of like how Rejects was speaking that made it more impressive to me, and that's it. You know, like
Yeah.
not that's not a shot at Drixstick. It was just like fucking Rejects talks better, I guess. Like I don't know, like
It's literally because he's rhetorically dominant. Like his rhetoric is fantastic. Because like to further the rhetoric, he's currently the only person who can like utilize that new scaling,
right,
at least at the moment.
yeah,
Like
yeah, exactly.
like so that's why it obviously seemed one sided because rhetorically Rejects is a monster.
Hmm.
Knowledge wise, like he's knowledgeable on like obviously Kudo, Kirito, like the general aspects of debating, but like overall his knowledge isn't like cracked out of its mind, but his rhetoric is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like to further the knowledge point, to further like the fact like I will always hold this as like a I fucking did this and I don't want to hear you say shit rejects. I did amp him on the kudo scale at one point. I will forever hold that shit. And it was recently too.
really. Like you amped up Akudo.
I amped his argument.
Oh, that's dope.
So I will always hold that on him. I will always hold that. He's gonna give me shit for this if he watches this video, but I will hold that on you till the day I die, motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right. My phone is actually about to die, so we should probably start wrapping things up a little bit.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's like we kind of just went on different paths, but like
Yeah, and
I think
this was
there's a
fun
lot of
as
like
fuck.
yeah, I feel like there was a lot of insight through like the perspective of debaters. Again, and I've said this before on certain occasions, but like I don't consider myself necessarily a debater, but I've kind of already like am in the community, so like fuck it.
Yeah, you've kind of like
Um,
you went down like what Silly did was like, hey, you're getting into that debating category. You should probably like gain that knowledge and start doing it. And
exactly,
you
exactly.
did. Like,
Yeah, I consider myself a content creator and a power scaler, and like I have like another hat that I put on, and that's like debating,
which is
right?
debating.
Yeah. So like
Like,
yeah, I could you can consider me a debater, but like that's not my primary I guess occupation online. It's
right, and it's like
mostly a content creator.
like in this case with us, it's like I'm like the opposite. Like I consider myself primarily a debater and a scaler, and then a content creator. Like, do
Yeah.
not get me wrong, I adore content creation, and
Hmm.
I'm going to be keeping that up because like I love it. I didn't expect I'd go anywhere with it because I started YouTube a while ago, like doing reviews and stuff, and never went anywhere. So I didn't think I would like go anywhere, but I was like I'm genuinely so happy with how TikTok is going for me right now that I will never leave it.
I
It's
think it's
something
the
else.
algorithm really. Like YouTube itself has like it's very hard to gain traffic on there.
Oh yeah.
And that might be due to like how many people are on there as opposed to TikTok. But like I gained a lot of traffic on TikTok like way more than I ever got on fucking YouTube. I know like one of my videos that I made with Chuck the Cybercuck, that one got like I think 20K views or something, but that was like over the course of 2 years. And now like I get thousands of views like pretty much daily, and on TikTok, and it's like that alone is like insane. I never would have imagined people would come across my video and just be like, yeah, you know what, like he's got something there, and like would follow me.
Right.
I just didn't
That's
think my videos would be exposed that much at all.
right.
Hell, I didn't even know what the fuck kind of community I wanted to get into. Like, I know I followed Anime Pops once, like a long time ago. I still follow him. Not to say
The
like I
first
fucking
guy I followed was Ray, and let's just say I thought omnipotence was actually a thing for a hot minute because of him.
yeah. I think he was like one of the first few as well. Like I followed Anime Pops, Ray Voices, Jacob TMK, JL Senpai, like a lot of these anime
Rose Kai.
creators.
Rose
Rose
Kai
Kai
was one
for
of my
sure.
first.
Yeah, like immediately when I saw
That
his
man
video,
is
I was like,
awesome.
this guy's great.
This man knows he's talking about follow
Yeah.
automatically.
And now like I remember asking Anime Pops on a stream once, and he even made a video about it, tagging me in it, because like I commented on him on one of his videos saying like, hey, like you gave me advice a long time ago on a stream. I don't know if you remember me, and he does. Um, and he basically, I asked him what do I need to do to get into like the anime community, like what's some advice you want to give to like a new anime content creator, and he's just like, dude, like make videos and content on what you like, whatever it is that you
Yeah,
want to
just do
do.
what you enjoy.
Yeah. And like I felt like that, and my girlfriend was also pushing me to do the same thing even before then, and like I just decided, yeah, you know what, like fuck it, because like before then I was making like videos on my cats and shit. And
I've
like,
seen
I
those.
know,
Like
I
a
know.
few people that saw those.
Yeah, they're buried within the depths of my page, and I don't really
Yes, but they're
plan to take them
amazing.
off because like I don't care, dude. I
Please
love
don't.
my
They're
cats.
amazing.
Yeah, and I feel like anybody that goes further into my page will be like, "What the fuck?" And I just want to keep that there. So
Dude, no, if people go further into my page, they're gonna be like, yo, you started as a dumbass.
there's like a
Like
clear progression.
one of my first videos was like I made a scale that had Goku as like truly beyond fiction because he was like made the ambassador for like the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games.
Oh
I'm like,
shit, I forgot about that.
he's beyond fiction because of it. And I'm like, oh my god, I was such a
Actually, you know what?
dumbass.
You know what? Low key, like this is off topic, but somewhat on topic to that. I'm like making like a fodder scale, putting Goku above fiction.
I
I'm,
would gladly help you.
it's for shits and giggles. Like I'm gonna post it on TikTok at some point, but like it's literally just for shits and giggles. I don't actually believe it, but I'll post it just because like I want to see what people's reactions will be. So
Bro, that's gonna be amazing. I will back you on that as well. We are going to piss off all the goons.
oh my god, yeah, dude. What was I saying? Yeah, so like on the whole like exposure thing, dude, like I didn't expect to be where I'm at. Like I don't consider myself to be one of like the top tier content creators or anything, but like the amount of love and support I get like from different content creators that I even follow, and the different fans and followers that I have like is just freaking crazy because like I've had people like make videos on the fact that I followed them back, and I'm like, that's kind of surreal, dude, because I'm not fucking big yet, and like, it's just cool being a part of like a community that's like willing to support and be like chill like that, you know, because
Right.
that's shit that I've done, right? Like I've made thank you videos to like Rose Kai and Jacob TMK, JL Senpai, and all these other dudes, right? Like I made thank you videos because they followed me back, you know? And it's like, it's just
Right.
cool, dude. That's why I like TikTok a lot because like, though there is a lot of toxicity within the community, there's also a lot of like,
A lot of positivity.
a
There's
lot
a
of
lot of
positivity to like tip the scale, you know?
right. It's like I think like the two like big names, like the like big names at least on TikTok are that follow me are Man the Hat and D Balls. Still waiting on your Rose. Still waiting on you. Come on, please.
Yeah, dude, I remember Man in a Hat commented on like I think one of my first thank you videos, but it was like thank you for like 1,000 followers or something, and like he was like, and you know what, you gained another one, and then he didn't actually follow me right after he commented that, so I was very confused on what he meant, and I just commented back like, huh? And he was like,
And then
oh shit, I forgot to follow.
That sounds like Man the Hat. That sounds like him.
Yeah, I honestly like my biggest thanks would go to Silly because he is the one who really he branched out my channel and my page
Bro.
without me
No, if I'm
even
gonna
knowing about him, you know? And it's
if I'm
like,
gonna give like a thanks to anyone, like at least for TikTok, also we're gonna go into the debating spectrum. There's a lot of thanks to give, but like my first friend on TikTok was this guy named originally it was official Dio Brando, but now he's gone to like Kratos Senpai, I think his name is now. But
mm,
he was the first friend I made on TikTok, and like I ended up helping him a lot because I was learning, I was helping him learn, and then I guess the second one was Silly. Yeah, Silly
yeah.
was the second guy.
Dude,
Like,
Silly's
because
fucking awesome, man. Like he
yeah, I remember I
literally
started with
stitched. I don't think he stitched actually. I think he like saved my video and like shouted me out without even knowing about or I be even knowing about him, and I just see this like
yeah,
mentioned you in a video and I was like, "What?" And like I thought he was
yeah,
going to like
like
talk shit, not going to lie. Like cuz when I see someone mention me in a video, that's my immediate thought is like someone's going to talk shit.
yeah, I agree. Same
Yeah.
here. Same
And
here.
like seeing that, like he was like, you guys should follow him, like this guy is really knowledgeable. I don't know if he's a power scaler or not, but like he's really good. And I was just like, dude, that's sick as hell, man. Like
Like,
I didn't expect that
what
at
happened
all.
with me was like I kind of got it to like through Final Fantasy guy, like the original
Oh
like
yeah.
10 people I believe who could beat Goku. I like every day like my wake up at 7, make a video, go to school,
Mm.
and like I remember like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna check out this silly guy. I dropped a follow on him, and I can't remember for the life of me what our first like talk was. Like I'm pretty sure it was like when I joined the Manhattan Discord or something. Like he knew who
Mm.
I was, or I stitched one of his videos, and I just ended up talking to the guy. And now he's like one of my favorite people on TikTok, and I fucking love the
Oh
dude.
dude, of course. He's the homie forever. I don't care, man.
He's wholesome as fuck. Like I don't give a
Yeah.
damn. Like that he's like uh like
Yeah,
you
because of him, like it started like this continuous like
this
it
chain of
continuously
growth.
everything went up, honestly. Like
Yeah.
I owe like a lot of my startup to him, because like because of him I met, you know, Man in a Hat, and then I met Smasher, and then those guys are like pretty well in the community, right? Like they're well known.
Oh my god, I just
um
realized you and I met through Silly.
yeah, yeah, you and I met through Silly,
Because he
dude.
pulled you into that VC that I was talking to him about, like, of like the whole like immeasurable irrelevant speed Goku.
Yeah,
Then you
yeah,
hopped in, and then like Silly, you fucking legend.
yeah, dude.
Alright.
He brings everybody together.
He is the root. He may not be like the strongest root in debating, but god damn it, he brings a lot of us together.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Oh. I will admit, every time Man Hat shouts me, I'm like, yes, more publicity.
Yeah, like he'll be like tagging me in like videos and stuff, but like I don't know. I don't remember if he's like mentioned me in a video yet, but like there
Dude, the
I've
Godzilla
we
versus
comment
Naruto series.
we
Dude,
comment
you
on
have
each
no
other's
idea.
videos all the time.
Oh yeah, dude. Like whenever like I see him, like he's come to me for like scaling for like some scales, like
Yeah.
like he's gonna be like, hey, who would win this fight? And I'm like, oh well, this character for these reasons. He's not the best at explaining the reasons. He kind of botches the scales a lot, but he gets the point
He gets the
across.
point for sure. Like I
Like
the way I see like
with the
him and
Naruto series was funny as fuck because like it was originally Naruto versus it was like Ten Tails versus Godzilla, and he messaged me directly like, hey, can you make a video on this, because I know you know your stuff, can you make a video on
yeah,
this?
he
And
messaged me
I
about that too, but I was just like, damn, like I don't know enough about
yeah,
Godzilla to do that. So
dude,
like I
that
recommended
first
him
video,
go to you.
the first video out of the three is currently my most viewed video. I think it's like 20.2K views.
Nice, dude.
And like when I saw that, like, because it was within one night that it got that high, and I messaged him directly, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? This video just got 20.1 point. This video
Yeah,
just got
dude.
20K. He's like, I got more views than the original. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Dude, and
Like,
it's funny. TikTok's funny cuz it's the videos that you don't expect to get big. Like I remember
like the
stitching.
first video that blew up for me was like a team video. I'm like, I just do this for fun. Start like do a bit of overkill, and that's when I started getting regarded as the CEO of Overkill. Like I started that, and then like that video like in the course of like 3 days got like 15K views, and I lost my shit.
Yeah, dude. I remember getting
Cause
like my
there's
first video
like
on
the
like that got over 10K, and I flipped.
like and the thing is, it was my like one of my like first videos I ever did, and I lost it because I was gonna start blowing up too. Like I remember like waking up and being like, oh my god, 85 followers in a night, what the fuck? And pissing off all my friends about it because like Flicks, Rejects, and Sways were like, dude, what the fuck did you do to blow up that fast? What the
You just
fuck are you
the
doing?
thing is consistency, dude. You just got to make videos, and like the one that you least expect to get big will get big.
It's
Like
going to blow up.
yeah, like I remember I stitched one of the Black Wizard King's videos on like Ichigo's transformations, and how like they're fucking like his drip is just insane. And like That has nothing to do with scaling at all, and it's
And
even
it blew
Bleach
the
related.
fuck up.
And it blew it's my most viewed video, dude. It has like I think 58K right now or something like that.
Holy
Yeah,
shit!
dude. And I'm just like, bro, that's like not much. Like I didn't go into depth about anything. I flexed fucking Ichigo's
It was
transformations.
it was just memeing, and then you got that big.
Yeah, dude. And it's again,
Oh,
it's just those kind of things. And like I think the second one's probably, well, now the second one is the Uni Naruto, because again, that's just like a very contentious topic, so it makes
that's
sense.
just the I'ma piss everybody off.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it's
All
still
right.
doing well. Despite the amounts of comments of people disagreeing with it, like, there's still more likes than comments, and, like, it's still doing very well.
Yep, that's self-explanatory. I still have videos that like I made a while ago that people are still commenting on. I'm like, okay, sure, well, alrighty then.
Yeah.
But
I
all
would
right,
just
so I
say,
think
dude,
we should.
keep making videos for sure. Like,
Oh
keep
yeah,
making, especially making, like, like, very contentious videos. Like the Godzilla thing, I
ah,
think you should stick with that for right now because it's a hot
fuck
topic.
yeah. Like, dude, it's like the thing is like I had someone like say like, yeah, you're just jumping on because I'm like, dude, I've been on this topic since Godzilla 2014 came out.
Yeah.
Like in terms of knowledge on Godzilla, I would honestly say I'm probably the single most knowledgeable person on the entire platform. Like,
Probably, dude. Yeah, I did not have the energy to go into the scaling myself. I was just like, yeah, sure, Godzilla's strong. He beats Kong. That's like the most I know. Well, like I know he beats like the fucking like literal like Greek gods and such, but like I there's like other stuff I just don't know. So
Godzilla claps the Dragon Ball verse in negative diff.
he does 100%.
And people like say like Godzilla's just slow. I'm like, dude, you know, once you hit outer, you have a relevant speed automatically, right?
Yeah.
All right, man. My phone's at 2% now, so we should
It's all good, dude.
probably wrap things up.
Yeah, I'll stop recording right
This was
now.
fun as